Hello, this is David Faratian, clinical hypnotherapist and NLP practitioner. In the article you've just read, you've read a little bit about the imagination and the power of the imagination to be able to create all kinds of realities, some positive and some negative. From the moment we're born with an imagination. We're born with the ability to think about things that can create they can create art, they can create beauty, they can create all kinds of amazing masterpieces in our world, but they also have the power to be, in a way, a little self-destructive, because the types of thoughts and pictures that we create in our minds can very often lead us to anxieties, phobias, and all kinds of limiting behaviors and beliefs, which, if we could only learn how to control those pictures, we might be able to experience a very different world. Now, when it comes to the imagination, here is the key. The imagination can play a very important role important part in the body's physiology. How we think of those pictures and those ideas can affect us physically, because the brain, in effect, once it creates these pictures, creates a neurological process where it's very difficult for the brain to know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that you have a fear of flying. If you create in your mind's eye the picture strong enough that a plane is going to have all kinds of problems and you're going to experience turbulence and you're going to, really not enjoy the trip, then your body will create those same feelings within you in a way which is real and can, in some instances, cause real problems, because you may stop yourself from going on a flight or any number of things that we end up not doing because our imaginations are so, if you like, convincing. Now, in the practice I have here at Cumbria Hypnosis, imagination plays a big part, and you can find out very quickly whether or not hypnosis, hypnotherapy, NLP, SCRT, any of these psychologies are the right route for you, simply by taking the following test over the next few moments. If you'd like to take part, I invite you at this point just to close your eyes. The idea behind this next exercise is to show you just how the imagination can be tricked, the brain can be tricked into feeling that what you picture is actually real, and the effect it can have on your body. This is called the lemon test. And in this particular exercise, what I'd like you to do is just to imagine you're sat in an empty movie theatre. Just go ahead now and just try and create that experience of being in an empty movie theatre with a big white screen in front of you. Now what I'd like you to do is to just simply project onto that screen the picture of a lemon. Now, we all know what a lemon is because we have a memory of a lemon. And the degree by which we create that lemon now can be enhanced by imagining you've got some kind of remote control where you can turn up the colour, the brightness, and the intensity of that picture. So go ahead and do that. Now just imagine that that lemon slowly begins to float out of the screen, and it floats slowly towards you. As it does, it begins to take on a reality. It starts to become more three-dimensional. You start to get a sense of its shape and its size, and you get some idea of depth. Imagine that lemon gets closer to you by the second, to the point now where it's only a few feet away. And as it gets closer and closer to you, I want you to expect it to be getting smaller, shrinking, if you like, as it gets closer to you, and you can reach out with your hand, either your right or your left hand, and just pluck it out of thin air. And do that in your real space, the space you're imagining. As you grab that lemon, now just hold it in your hand and sense its shape and try and get a sense of the texture of the skin. Now pass the lemon to your other hand and start to, examine it with the other fingers and get a sense of the weight maybe, and compare it to how it felt in the other hand. Now put it back in your dominant hand, whatever that may be. And what I'd like you to do is to imagine an imaginary knife that's going to appear in the opposite hand. Now don't worry, this is a safe knife because this is your imagination and nothing's going to happen except a knife's going to appear. And what I want you to do is cut the lemon in half. So as you cut the lemon in half, notice how it splits into those two segments, and you can sense the juices starting to run from the lemon. You can sense that the lemon has an odor that it's releasing. Maybe you could even sense what that odor's like now. Take a deep breath and smell in that citrus smell. Take the lemon that you've got in your hand, either half, it doesn't really matter, and imagine that you're going to sprinkle some salt all over the surface of that lemon. Now bring the lemon slowly, and I mean slowly, towards your mouth. Now your imagination is so powerful that as you do this, you will probably start to sense those saliva glands beginning to activate. You may start to get a real tangy, sharp taste in your mouth, really beginning to overpower your senses. And what if I was to say, if that's so strong already, what would it be like if you now took a bite out of that lemon? Well, in your own time, as I count from 1 to 3, go ahead and do that and see what experience you get. 1, 2, and bite into the lemon. 3. Now, obviously, I'm not there with you, so I don't know what kind of experience you had. But if you're like 85% of the population who have, to a lesser or greater degree, a much more powerful imagination, then you can simply experience that tanginess and your saliva will have been flowing. If that happened to you, then there's a very good chance that hypnotherapy, NLP, SCRT, and all my psychologies will be able to help you with any of the issues you might have. So if you want to find out more and you'd like to maybe discuss a particular problem or a challenge that you have, then there is a number of ways you can get in contact with me. If you're looking at this particular video on YouTube, then you can visit my website through the link below. If you're on my website already, then you can fill in the request form on this particular page and request a callback. And also, of course, if you wish to contact me directly, my details are available on this page. I hope you enjoyed that little journey into the power of the imagination. And if you did like the video, please click like. If you want to subscribe, please do. And also, if you do subscribe, you'll get access to all kinds of other videos that I've already made to do with the theme of hypnosis, hypnotherapy, and a whole range of different topics to do with the mind. So it'd be great to hear from you. And as always, I'd like to invite you to contact me whenever you can. So from me, David Faratian, clinical hypnotherapist and NLP practitioner, thank you for your time and have a great day. Bye for now.